after some guys.
Head coach Scott Nagy joins us here post-game to talk it over here with Chris Carr, Coach Watson, and myself. Coach, comments are always brought to you by CMC Mitchell and Associates. Coach, congratulations.
Yeah.
Winning on the road is so darn hard, let alone trying to find the win in this league. But just start with the defensive effort for your group here tonight.
Well, I heard you guys talking. Really, the best thing I did was quit coaching, right? I gave Hawk the defense and Tay the offense, and I quit coaching.
And we don't believe that a bit.
Well, the players are starting to follow the game plan. The thing I really loved was after the game, it wasn't some huge celebration. Okay, it was knowing that's what we should have done the first time, knowing that we did what we were supposed to do. Feel good, like they felt great, but they weren't in there hooping and hollering, and that I've been around a lot of teams that have won, and that's what it feels like to win on the road and do what you know you're supposed to do without all the big celebration. That's what's expected. That's what's expected, and I love our guys' attitude after the game. But defensively, we were good, and we talked about it before the game. I told our guys they should not score on us. That's the goal. They shouldn't score. And just felt like our defense was set up right for them. Obviously, Bonzu played very well, very aggressive, but we did a nice job on our guards this game.
One thing that seemed noticeable to us sitting over here is that you took away his opportunities to go right. Was that something that was planned or just happened by happenstance?
Well, we call it white, but in the middle of the floor we don't want him going right because most guys are going right, and so we're trying to keep the ball out of his right hand, and we didn't do it last game, and he got off some of those ball screens. This game we kept it in his left hand, and he wasn't as effective. We're
going to talk about a lot of players, but one guy, and I thought it was a great sub, is when you played Marino for a short amount of time. You had Hensley needed some rest, but he came in at a key time, and they had 3 turnovers in a row, and he just gave Bonzu a different look.
Yeah,
what was your feel about that?
He's as heavy as Bonzu.
Yeah.
He's a lot bigger. Can deal with some of that weight and some of that pushing, and so yeah, he did a good job. We just got to get him to catch the ball because he's a good offensive player, but his confidence is just obviously not very good, and that's not his fault. It's more that we haven't played him enough.
Coach, one thing that I noticed tonight, especially in the first half, the ball moved really well. Is that something that you went into this game as a point of emphasis?
Well, that's always a point. Like I like it to pop. I want it to move. Now, what we're doing with our offense now, which is something I've never done, is this where we're getting a catch with the 5 and then going into a dribble handoff, those kind of things. And so it doesn't even move enough for me when I watch that. I want it to move even more, but our guys did a nice job of sharing the ball. We just turned it over too much. We had 8 turnovers at halftime. I think we had 16 for the game. Last time we played them, we had 11. Rollins was just a mess tonight for whatever reason. He was so amped up he couldn't get himself calmed down, and then when he makes a good play, he's got to say something. And so he had 3 of those turnovers in the first half, but it's not because he's not ready. We just got to get his emotions under control.
We talk about guys who can impact winning in many ways. Coach Nagy, Damian Mayo is one of them. Describe the different ways he really impacted this game tonight.
Well, coming back here, he's very excited. Obviously played 2 years here, and he's got a lot of friends. Some of them were sitting behind our bench. His girlfriend's family lives here. So that this game meant a lot to him, and I was so happy to see him play well. The nice dunk he had. I think I just pulled it.
Nope, you're good,
okay.
Coach. We still got
Yeah,
you.
the nice dunk he had, was very impressive. I had to hold our bench back from coming on the floor, but that's good. To see our bench excited, to see those things. That's something we've struggled with this year, and I feel that we're starting to get a good sense of who we are and pulling for each other.
Coach, just in terms of your bench, and you've kind of shortened it down. You're playing some guys some heavier minutes. Are you pleased with the rhythm that these guys are getting into?
I think you look at the last 3 games, we have shortened the bench. We're playing smaller with Jared at the 5. Jared doesn't want to be the 5, but come on, man. Look what you've done offensively being at the 5. They can't guard you. And really, he's our best 5 defender. He does his best job of getting around people, moving. Some of our younger guys just can't get that done, particularly with Bonzu. When he gets his body on you, you can't get around him, and so you can't let him get his body on you. And our young guys just aren't ready for that where Jared is, but we're just better offensively when we're smaller.
Yeah, Coach, so now you guys are able to come on the road, get a good win.
Yeah.
Now you get a chance. You've won 2 of your last 3, going back home. What is the goal now? Like you got a little bit of tread on the road now.
Yeah.
You played some guys good minutes tonight. got some great production. Three-headed monster did really, really well. I thought the intentionality with your defense tonight was tremendous.
Yeah. And that's where it's got to stay. And we're obviously going to face a very good offensive team when we go home against UNI, and they beat us up pretty good inside. And so if we're going to play smaller, we're going to have to get that figured out, number one. But it's got to stay with our defense. I just keep telling the guys, your value to the team is your defense and your rebounding, not your offense. You cannot play your way into our lineup by being a good offensive player.
Coach Nagy, there's so many ways, and you can go to the scoring tonight where Ali was massive again the second half, Jarrett early in the game. We're going to talk to Kennard here in a matter of moments. Again, multiple different ways where Kennard really impacted winning.
We're playing a guy way out of position. He's not a point guard, but he's done a great job. He doesn't turn it over. He makes the right pass. I would say he sees the floor like a point, but he's not a natural point. But it's helped our team because it's allowed us to go smaller.
Coach, congratulations. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Thanks.
Good win, Coach.
Once again, that was head coach Scott Nagy. Join us here post-game.